Let's see what's in the box. Looks like we got some stickers along with the instruction booklet. There's our hook. That goes on the hook to pull it out. Ground cable. Wired remote. Bolts, nuts, washers. And there's the winch with the synthetic rope. I wanted blue. And here's the fair lead. There's the control box. We'll go into more depth on this later. This is just the initial opening up of the box. Okay guys, quick little video. Actually it's fixing to start raining, but I did get my fair lead mounted to the iron cross bumper, and I want you to notice that there's a gap on each side of the fair lead. This is cut out for a roller fair lead, which is not going to bother me that much. My rope will stay away from that edge so it won't get cut, so it'll be alright. I did Loctite these bolts on, but I want to tell you, the bolts for the fair lead that comes with the X-Bull are bigger around than the bolts that hold the winch on, and so you're gonna have to drill the hole out on the bumper bigger so these bolts here will work. It wasn't a big deal. They were the same diameter as the winch hold down bolts. For some reason X-Bull made these bigger. Okay guys, the next problem we're gonna have is there's not enough room for this to go in there with the box mounted like it is. So that's gonna have to be modified or mounted somewhere else. Okay guys, I've been working in the rain. I brought my little swing over and used the tarp to keep me dry. The winch is mounted, but this box will not mount on top of the winch and fit in there. It's too thick, and I really don't want it in there where I can't get this to this in case I need to change a solenoid or something. So I'll probably just mount on top of the bumper for now somewhere. Maybe later I'll move it into the engine compartment. But I had this bench I made a long time ago, and it was about the right height to level up the bumper with the truck. So as you can see, I've got it resting on the edge of that, and then I just brought some chairs out for each corner and trying to slowly build it up. And as I pull the truck forward, I'm gonna line my brackets up the best I can, and we'll just see what happens once I get up in there. So far it's going pretty smooth, but we'll see. I still have a ways to go. Okay guys, now I'm not telling y'all to do this way. I did it. But what I did is, you saw I had the bumper sitting on the edge of this bench. which the bench was way closer. I pulled the truck up to the very edge of the bench, and then I tilted the ends, this end, down. And I kept slowly pulling the truck forward until I lined up my brackets. As you can see, I've got one bolt at the top on each side, so it's not going nowhere. And I had these chairs here just for emergency, in case it fell off the bench, the chairs would catch it. And I didn't even need them, because they never touched. I just got the top bolts loosely in, and I've got adjustment to where I can jack the bumper up and probably get within about a 1/4 inch, or about a finger thickness right here, a half inch gap. I think it's what they call for. I have to read the instructions again. But the hard part's done. The box will not fit, this control box will not fit mounted on top of the winch. It's just too thick. As you can see. So I'm either going to make me a bracket to mount it kind of like it is there. I think I'm going to reverse these to where they'll hook on this, and then these, I'll bend them to where it'll actually be fitting in there at an angle like this. And that's if the grill is in the way, and it may be. If the grill's in the way, I'll have to keep it flatter. I could mount it over to one side, but I think I'd prefer it to be in the middle. But if I went over to that one side, it may be out of the way of the air going through there a little more. We'll see when that time comes. Right now, I just want to get the bumper on there and bolt it up. And then I can mess with all the electrical part of it later. There's all kinds of things you can do with that box. You can mount it underneath the hood with longer leads. And it looks like I'll be able to access my leads down there, even with the grill on. But we'll figure all that out later. Right now, I just want to get the bumper bolted on. But one person can do it with the winch on. Now, I didn't use the winch to help any, which you could if you got I could have pulled this up and hooked that rope to it, and it would have helped hold the front up. But I didn't need it with this bench. I didn't use that rope. I pulled that rope out, free-wheeled it out, because I needed to have more space in between the bumper and the winch to put my 2 nuts that go inside they slide into the winch area to bolt it to the bumper. So I just pulled that out to give me more space to get my hand in between there. But it wasn't that bad. I can already tell it's going to look pretty awesome. Rain's supposed to let up a little bit maybe. I've been just kind of going in, drying off a little bit. The train's coming, so I'm gonna let y'all go later. All right, we're back again this morning, another dreary morning. But I think the rain's out of here, but everything's muddy, everything's wet. But I need to get this done because we're going to need the truck soon. And I just want to go ahead and touch base on, okay, I've got everything leveled up. I've got, the winch mounted. I like my lines. I got plenty of cable to run. And I come up to the radiator support over here on this side, and my battery's right there, so you can see I've got excess cable, so that's good. I'll zip tie all that up in there, the extra, and then I'm gonna put this down there in that groove, and I'll zip tie this to these wire harness down here, and that'll keep it up out of the way, and everything should be safe. Still working on mounting this. In fact, that's what I'm fixing to do now, because everything else is done, and then I'm gonna pop the grill in. Okay, I haven't mounted this yet because I'm gonna put the grill in first to see what kind of room I have. But I did go ahead and zip tie my lines. They start down here, attached them there, zip tied them together, tied them up here, and I went up behind the light, behind this bracket, zip tied them to this water bottle, tied them together, and I zip tied them down to that bracket that's down there, and then I've got plenty of room to attach my cables from there. This black one's long, so I'll just zip tie it to the red one, and then it'll come over to the ground. That way it'll be out of the way, nice and neat. But I think that'll work just fine. I am going to mount this box up here on the bumper for now. I don't know that I'm going to like it, but that's where it's just going to have to go for now. Because if I put it up in the hood, and I don't even know if I'm going to do that, because there ain't a whole lot of room up in there. I just don't know that I'm going to do that and have to pop the hood every time you get to it. So it may stay here. We'll see what it looks like, and y'all can give me your opinions. I was posting pictures on Facebook. I've had this truck for a lot of years, and a gentleman said, "Are you running 2 different size tires on that truck on the front?" And I said no, and asked why, and he pointed out, count the spokes on this rim: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go over to the passenger side. Now count the spokes on that rim: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these years I never noticed. Now all the other ones are 5. The spare and the other 4 or other 3 are 5 lugs or 5 spokes. This one's only 6 spokes, so I don't know what happened there. I did buy this truck used, so something must have happened. But they're all the same R18, so we're good there. Okay, I've got the grill up front. I've already pre-inserted all of the little locks in place, so all I should have to do is line the hose up with the locks and just pop them in place. And I don't have my tripod out here, and I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I think y'all can figure out the rest. Line it up and push. Alright, we got the grill popped in. It took like 2 seconds, and as you can see, there's not a lot of room to mount this box up here on the front. Of course, if it be level, I'm gonna have to come forward even more and over a little bit to get it centered. There just ain't a lot of space. And I guess, it says that it'll fit the up to 12,000 pound winch, and I went 13,000 pound winch. I think the motor went from a 5.5 horse to 6 horse, so maybe it's a bigger diameter right there, because we only liked that much, the box fitting up in there. But man, that'd be a pain if you had to service them solenoids, having to rip the grill out every time and to get to the box. So I'll figure something out here. It's probably just gonna mount right there. Okay guys, I've looked at this bumper and control box long and hard, and there's only one way I found to mount it. The only thing I know to do if you don't want it on your bumper is to get longer leads and mount this box up under the hood. because you want to be able to reach this. And I might could have, you know, found a way to mount it down in there somewhere, but I didn't want it down there, get wet. And it's, you know, it's not in the way. It's not touching. It's touching a little back there on this roller, but it can't go nowhere. And these bolts are short enough. I made sure that they didn't stick out too much, so they won't hit the rope or anything. It's solid. I Loctited these, try to keep them from coming back out with vibration. And maybe if I paint those these brackets black, it'll blend in better. Because I didn't want to go down toward the winch anymore, because I wanted to be sure there was plenty of room. I didn't want the rope accidentally hitting it if it bunched up or something. But that's just going to have to be it for now until I decide to move it into the engine bay. If I even do. I mean, for what I do, that right there would work. But I'm fixing to hook it up to power, and I still got to put a license tag on the front because Texas requires it. So that's gonna have to, the only way I know to put it, it's gonna have to go right here. Because if I put it here, it's gonna cover up Iron Cross. Well, since the state of Texas requires a front tag, I hope that's going to be okay. I don't like it on there. It is what it is. It's a tag. I was going to put it in the middle, but the Iron Cross was in the way where my holes needed to go. So I just put it there. I don't like a tag on the front bumper, period. This is growing on me. It's accessible. I can access these leads if I need to get to them. You got your engagement here, T-handle, and just twist so you can get to it to twist it. And I said I just run my wires up through here. Got them hooked up. They're out of the way. I can still, plenty of room to get my battery in and out if I need to. I'm fixing to go get my remote and wind this cable in and hook my hook up on the end down there. And I need to go get me some clevis for my bumpers. I'll hook that hook in there. For now, I'll just lightly hook it in there if it'll fit. I don't want to scratch the paint up too bad. And I'm going to climb underneath and put the skid pad on, or skid plate on. Okay, now I'm just trying to get this cable or this rope out of the way. Now I'm gonna have to rewind this rope, and I'll explain that later. But for now, I just want to get it out of the way. And I'm using my remote that came with the winch. Alright, I'm going to reel the rest of this in a little bit, but you can see that it works with the remote. And for my research, according to paperwork, when you go up to this 13,000 pound, that's a 6-horse. And I think below that is like the 12 and 9 is 5.5 horse or something like that. Works good. This is the skid plate or skid pan that goes underneath the truck. And with the new iron cross bumper, the brackets that hold the bumper on are in the way. So I just kind of fingered what needs to be cut out. And once you cut this out, it should slide up there and bolt right up. You have to cut that out on both sides. Well, that's what I cut out. And we'll see if that's going to slide over the brackets. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's up there. Okay, I've got the plate bolted up. And what you got to do is I showed you them slots, and I could have cut mine smaller. I really should have measured. But it's done now. Let's see if I find it right. Well, that should show it to you. And I went ahead, instead of cutting this whole corner off, I wanted to leave that there for strength. So I just slid it so this bracket would fit in between there. And then I used the factory holes. Let's see here. There it is. Just like from the factory on both sides. And of course the same as back there. But yeah, it bolts right up. So you can use your skid plate with the iron cross bumper. No problem. It wasn't no problem at all cutting those slits in that pan. I just used a circular saw with a steel blade in it. I did have to beat on this a little bit, so I'm gonna come back and touch it up with some black paint. And I still have to go buy some lights and hook them up. Yeah, I'm trying to give y'all an idea. I had a guy ask me if this bumper was any lower than the stock bumper. I don't believe it is. You know, you look underneath there, you can see that skid pan. So I don't believe it's any lower. It may not be any higher, but it ain't any lower, I don't think. Looks pretty good. Even though that old ugly tag's gotta be up there. And I'm not crazy about the control box, but if you think about it, if it was sitting level, you'd be seeing just as much of it. So I think I just need to blend in the brackets, make them black.